All right, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Hakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And this is the brother Yeshaya from Great Millstone, Buffalo. This is my new channel, and I'm gonna be reading from Amos, the 5th chapter. All right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5. It say, "Hear you the word of the Lord." It say, "Hear you this word which I take up against you, even lamentation, O house of Israel." And lamentation is mourning, man, and bad things. It say, "The virgin of Israel is fallen; she shall no more rise. She is forsaken upon her land; there is none to raise her up. For thus saith Yahweh, the city that went out by 1,000 shall leave 100. That's because it's going to be a great death. That 100 will represent the elect. And that which went forth by 100 shall leave 10 to the house of Israel. It say, for thus saith Yahweh unto the house of Israel, seek me, and ye shall live. Yeah, seek the Lord, and ye shall live. That's why get a precept. Come on, man. It's a lot. My family. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse, I think, 19. Or is it 15? Or is it 30? This the book of Salak. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 15. It says, "See, I have set before thee this day good and evil. Good. I have set before thee this day life and good, and death and evil." Because those things go hand in hand. Good goes with life, and evil goes with death. It say, "And that I command thee this day to love Yahweh thy power, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments, and his statutes, and his judgments, that thou mayest live and multiply." The way you live is following the law, statutes, and the commandments. "And the Lord thy power shall bless thee in the land, whether thou goest to possess it." It say, "But if thy heart turn away," which a lot of these people in the world, heart is turned away from the Lord. It say, "So that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other gods and serve them, I denounce unto you this day that you shall surely perish." Yeah, you're going to surely perish, for a fact, "that you shall not prolong your days upon the land." It say, verse 19, "And I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessings and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live." Back in Amos, chapter 5, verse 5. "But seek not Bethel, nor enter into Gilead, nor pass not to Beersheba, for Gilead shall surely go into captivity, and Bethel shall come to naught. Seek Yahweh, and ye shall live. That's our only out, man. Seeking Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, lest he break out like a fire in the house of Joseph and devour it, and there be none to quench it in Bethel. You who turn judgment to wormwood and leave off righteousness in the earth, seek him that makes the 7 stars in Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into morning, and make the day dark with night, that calls for the waters of the sea and pours them out upon the face of the earth. Yahweh is his name. That's who do all these things, man. Who that's beautiful. He turned the dark in the night. The Lord, that show you the Lord in control of a lot of everything. That strengthens the spoil against the strong, so that the spoiled shall come against the fortress. And that's talking about Israel. That's what we gonna do. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and abhor him that speak uprightly. For as much, therefore, as your treading is upon the poor, and ye take from him burdens of wheat, you have built houses of hewn stone, but you shall not dwell in them. You have planted pleasant vineyards, but you shall not drink wine of them. For I know your manifold transgressions and your mighty sins. They afflict the just. They take a bribe. They turn aside the poor in the gate from their right. Therefore the prudent shall keep silence in that time, for it is an evil time. It says, seek good and not evil, that you may live. And that's what we go out and teach the people, man. Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Hey, you supposed to that's why in Peter say you're supposed to always be in holy conversations. It say hey, because you have a conversation with these people in the world, and if you try to bring up God, you know, people try to cut you off. Oh, I don't like talking about religion and politics, but you could talk about some WAP or some demonic ass rap. It say seek good and not evil, that you may live. And so Yahweh, the power of hosts, shall be with you, as I have spoken. Hey, and it's impossible for the Most High to lie. It say, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gates. It may be that the Lord, Yahweh, the power of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. Therefore, Yahweh, the power of hosts, Yahweh saith thus, wailing shall be in the streets. We coming into that time, that wailing about to be in these streets of Babylon. And they shall say in all the highways, at last. And they shall call the husbandmen to mourning, and such are as skillful of lamentation to wailing. And in all vineyards shall be a wailing, for I will pass through thee, saith Yahweh. Woe unto ye that desire the day of Yahweh, for what end is it to you? For the day of Yahweh is darkness and not light. Because these Christians got the misconception that, oh, happy day, that's what it's going to be. Hey, we still got to come into the time of the famine. We still ain't even, that's still part of the beginning of the sorrow. We come into some dark times. It say, as if a man did flee from a lion, and the bear met him, or went into a house and leaned his hand on the wall, and the serpent bit him. Shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? It said, I hate and despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. We just had a feast day that just passed, Halloween. That's a very demonic holiday, and where it's, when you little, you go around dressing up in costumes and collecting candy and shit. But hey, when you become a man, you're supposed to put those things away, man. Hey, because the women end up being Powerpuff Girls, and then when they get older, they use it to dress like sluts. And men dressing up in fucking drag. Anyways, it say, though you offer me, hey, we got another high feast day of Babylon coming up. Thanksgiving. Though you offer me burnt offerings, your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. It say, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melodies of thy vows. But let judgment run down as waters, and that's we about to come into a time that judgment gonna run down. All right, it should no more be used in the proverb in the house of Israel, man. The Lord about to bring these things to pass, these bad times that we gonna come into. It said, let judgment run down as waters, and righteousness as a mighty stream. You have offered unto me sacrifices and offerings in the wilderness 40 years, O house of Israel. But you have borne the tabernacles of your Molech, and Shechem your images, the star of your God, which you have made to yourselves. Therefore, I will cause you to go into captivity. Well, that was basically it. Man, Shalom.